your excitement of being in the college football playoff before we open the floor for questions.
Yeah, good morning. It's an exciting time. Never thought we'd be here, but it's a dream come true, and I'm really excited for this game on Friday.
Our first question comes from Katie Kapusta.
Hi, Josh. Good morning. Katie Capuso with Spectrum News 1 here in Ohio. Obviously, you're from Cincinnati. We've heard a lot the last, several years, decade or so. Ohio State, the team of Ohio. What is it like as a Cincinnati native and now playing for the team to be representing Ohio in the playoffs this year?
Yeah, it's everything that I ever wanted. When I was being recruited in high school, I got recruited by a couple schools, but when I visited UC, I knew it was the place I wanted to be, and I knew I wanted to believe in Coach Fick and everything he had to offer. And seeing all of it just come to light, and being here in this moment, like I said, it's a dream come true.
Next question comes from Michael Mursky.
All right. Hey, Josh. What differences have you noticed on film that makes Alabama's defense special compared to other tough defenses that you've had to face this year?
Yeah, so the first thing I noticed, I was watching, it was the Auburn game when they played Auburn, and just their intensity. They're a salty group. They fly around with the football, and we got to be ready for it. They're good with their hands. They're really good up front. They're linebackers, and they're good in coverage. So we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's and play some of our best football yet this year.
Our next question comes from Gary Miller.
Hey, Josh. Gary Miller. Talking about the Cincinnati thing, and, I've heard you guys kid the Coleraine group, because there's so many of the guys from there. You had such a fierce rivalry with them at LaSalle. What's it been like to get together and form friendships from guys who used to want to beat so bad and become a Cincinnati contingent, all together from all these different high schools and now represent as one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, like you said, playing against each other in high school and then being teammates. It's a different relationship, but you have that relationship that you've built along the years. Some of the guys I played in grade school, middle school, whatever. I also have Devontae Smith. He plays for Alabama. He went to LaSalle, and I'm really excited to play him as well, and catch up with him after the game.
Our next question comes from Ralph Russo.
Hey, Josh. Interested in how your season went. Had a lot more production later in the year. Is that just, hey, the offense goes where the offense goes? Did you feel like there was, you were a good player coming into the season, so it wasn't like it was a surprise to see you have some big production. Were anything changed in the offense as the season went along that got you a little more involved?
Yeah, I got this question a lot throughout the season.
Yeah.
And it's really, we did nothing different. We remained who we were. I remained who I was. I just said throughout the season that I just try to be in the right spots at the right times, and I know Des will find me eventually. And that's what we did, and it started paying off. I try never to be, a me player. As long as I find a way to contribute on the field, whether that's blocking or, catching the ball, I'm happy with it.
Next question comes from Joe Daneman.
Hey, Josh, Joe Daneman from Fox in Cincinnati. I wanted to ask you, as a tight end at UC, you've seen the tight end lineage go through this program here in the last few years, even all the way back to Brent Selleck. So there's been a lot of successful tight ends, but I'm curious how much the success that Travis Kelce's had and him becoming a national star has had for this football program. And him, the other night doing the UC after he scored the game-winning touchdown, that kind of stuff. How important has that been to the program?
Yeah, it's really cool to see him, on that stage, and to know that it's doable from where I'm at right now. It's like he's kind of set a standard in our tight end room. We have a poster, a sign in our room that says, be the best tight ends in the country. And we just try to live by that. And try to be like him. And we also had Josiah Aguara and Bruno LaBelle. I was hurt my first couple of years here, and I kind of just watched them, and they took me under their wing and taught me everything they know. So yeah.
Does your personality match Travis's at all?
I guess I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Our next question comes from Tino Bovenzi.
Hey there. So not to quote my favorite rapper, but how important is it for you guys to seize this moment and this opportunity that you guys have in front of you right now?
It's everything we could ask for. This is what we play for. We play for championships. This is what we prepare for all season, all off season. And to be here and to not take advantage of it would be a real regret. And, we just want to make sure that we come out, most prepared football team and, hopefully get a win.
Yeah, and to follow that up, what's it been like to have this fan base, this UC fan base, kind of give this support all season for you guys? Because obviously we're expecting them to travel pretty well for this game. So just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, I think I have 25 family members coming. It's been a real blessing to have them travel to the games. I remember in South Bend, they were cheering UC, whatever, and it was like it was our own stadium. It was crazy. To have that at your back, it's a really good feeling, and, we appreciate it a lot.
Next question comes from Mike Rodek.
Yeah, just what do you remember about playing with Devontae that year at LaSalle? I think he played a little offense for you guys. And was there any talk, I think it was the same year when the other Devontae Smith made the game-winning catch for Alabama in the national championship. Was there any talk about him having the same name?
I don't remember anything about him having the same name. But one memory I do have back in high school was we were at early practice. It was the day before the game. And Coach got on him. He was a freshman or sophomore at the time. And he kind of got down in the dumps because Coach got on him, whatever. And I just went up to him. I was like, listen, he's only being hard on you because, he knows you're going to play on the biggest stages of football. And to see him, kind of take responsibility for himself and to see him here now, both of us here now, it's really cool.
Next question comes from Carrie Osep.
Hey Josh, Carrie Osep at a WVTM in Birmingham. I want to ask this because I know in a game like this, in this particular matchup against Alabama, there's so much outside noise and people have been talking and hitting it home that you guys are the underdogs. How do you not let that get to you as a team? Or on the other end of it, do you guys use that as motivation as you get towards this game?
Yeah, no, personally, I try to not listen to that at all. We've kind of had that all year, people doubting us, saying, we're not as good as we are. But, I kind of just try to tune that out and, focus on who we are. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Ivan Mazel.
Hi, Josh. When you sat down, you said you never thought you'd be here. What that idea, a lot of people thought about Cincinnati that way. When are you talking about thinking that, and how did you come to the realization that you could be here?
Yeah, so when I got recruited, man, a long time ago, that was I came in and they were coming off a 4-8 season, and nobody thought UC could be here in any moment, and just believing in Coach Fick and everything that he's taught us along the way. We've been, the thing that he said after last season was, we're a good football team. We win a lot of games, but it's time to be a great team. And I think we have the chance to do that this year, and I'm really excited for it.
how do you, at the other end, now that you're here and this stage is in front of you and you're doing things like this press conference, how do you keep this moment from getting too big?
I mean, like I said, I just try to focus, on the game, focus on our preparation. Don't let this stuff get to my head or anything. And, on Friday, we'll see how it plays out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Justin Williams.
Hey, Josh, you kind of referenced that, interest you had coming out of high school. And it felt like your first couple of years, even locally, so many questions you got were like, why did you choose to stay home at Cincinnati? Is it funny or maybe rewarding to look back on that now, considering, where you guys have made it and what you're about to do? It obviously seems like that decision paid off for you.
Absolutely. It's kind of like a I told you so moment. That's a big decision as an 18-year-old, to not listen to all the noise about, we have the best facilities, all that hoopla or whatever, but, going where you believe, is the best fit for you, that home away from home. And I can truly say that I think I made the right decision, and, I'm really happy about that.
Next question comes from Chad Brendel.
Gosh, only 25 family members coming down. The other 100 couldn't make it?
That's what I said. They'll all be tuned in back home. I know it. They'll have a watch party and everything.
So when you and Malik committed right around the same time in the spring of 2017, it was seen as, along with Jarrell, the couple months before, a movement of getting Cincinnati kids to stay home. Do you ever look around the locker room at all the Cincinnati kids and kind of take pride in the fact that you were one of those guys that made it, the thing to do to stay home and be a Bearcat?
Yeah, I mean, that's Coach Fick's biggest thing, that 300-mile radius, keeping the guys here, because you have something to play for. But one thing I don't know if many people know is that back in high school, my recruiting class, we had probably 20 guys in a group chat all around Ohio talking about, we should go to UC, this and that. And the majority of us came, Malik being one of those guys, Javon, Blake Basevich. And to have that was really cool, to talk about it and to see that we're all here now. It's awesome.
Next question comes from Michael Casagrande.
As someone from Cincinnati, how would you describe the taste of Skyline chili to an outsider?
A lot of cheese. I don't know. I've been living off Skyline my entire life. I eat it probably 2 or 3 times a week. You can't really describe it, though. You just got to try it.
Cool. Thank you.
Our next question comes from Gary Miller.
Josh, a lot has been made of Jameson Williams, and rightfully so, but it looks like from the 40 times, Trey Tucker might be able to beat him in a foot race. I know you guys have been trying to approximate what Alabama's going to try and do. How has it helped to have a guy like Trey to maybe give you an idea of what they'll be facing, and do you think he's underrated and every bit as good as James?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think he's every bit as good. He's a huge part of our offense. Being able to get the ball on the perimeter, taking deep shots with him, as you've seen when we played Notre Dame. But I think he's going to play a huge role in this game, and we'll see on Friday.
And our final question goes to Billy Witts.
Yeah, hi. I'm just wondering, in the last few weeks or so, with there's been more virus cases. Have the training staff, I guess, have they been adding, precautions or reminders, when, maybe when you visit your family and friends for, Christmas and just being around each other? I don't know. Can you maybe just describe kind of what what these last few weeks have been like in that vein?
Yeah, I mean, if you have any questions for our training staff, you can go and ask them.
When's the last time you've been tested?
You can go and ask them.
Josh, thank you for your time. Best of luck on Friday.
Thank you, guys.
This concludes our media sessions for the day. As a reminder, full transcripts for both sessions, along with video and audio files, will be distributed via email and posted in the Good